What's good, y'all? The most insane betrayal. Interesting. Let's get it.
A year ago, I, a 27-year-old woman, broke up with my lying boyfriend, a 27-year-old man. Today I found out that everyone else was lying and he was being truthful.
No.
A year ago, I was about to move in with my first serious boyfriend, Josh, with whom I was head over heels in love, when one of my closest friends said that Josh had shown them a nude photo of me on his phone when he was drunk during a party. 5 or 6 more of my friends corroborated the story and told me that Josh also talked in extreme detail about our life when showing the photo. It was sickeningly detailed. This did not sound at all like Josh. When I asked him what the was going on, he denied everything. He eventually got very angry and started calling all of my friends liars. At one point, he showed up at my place while some of them were visiting, and things got a little physical. It was really a very strange turn of events in my life. Josh seemed so worked up, and all of my close friends were calling him a liar. Josh had taken photos of me on his phone, which I know was stupid, but heated the moment and everything. So I trusted my friends and I broke up with Josh. It was heart-wrenching. Josh begged me to believe him. He started tearing up, nearly punched the wall, and left angrily. I was really grossed out at the time and felt super conflicted. A few months later, I started dating one of the friends, Alex, who had told me about Josh showing everyone the photo. All of my friends were pushing me to date Alex at the time. We didn't really sync, and it didn't go past a few months.
Bet he smashed. I bet he smashed, though. Is that what the youngins say? I guarantee you he clapped cheeks. I guarantee it. You know, this shit is actually familiar to something that happened to me. Real familiar, eerily familiar.
But we remain friends of sorts. So today, another friend sent me a message that said he just wanted to get something off his chest. The story about Josh wasn't true, and they were really trying to get me to date Alex. So they made up that story about Josh. After talking to a few of the other people, including Alex, it's all come out that they were lying. It was this orchestrated bull event that totally changed my life forever. Apparently, they hated Josh and thought he was bad for me and an asshole. That was my decision. I'm shaking right now. I cried in the office bathroom for about 2 hours afterwards. I loved Josh so much. We were planning a life together, and I've been friends with that group since high school. What the f***? I guess I'm supposed to stop talking to my friends, right? I cannot possibly come back from this and still talk to them, right? This basically nukes my group of friends. But how could I even look at them again? Also, I need closure with Josh. Can I call him? Should I call him? Should I unblock him on Facebook and message him? What do I do?
Oh.
Why is she asking dumbass questions she probably shouldn't? She acts like as though she has no fucking agency. Now, unfortunately, Shorty got caught with the 50-50. For people that don't know, it's in fighting game terms, a 50-50 is when somebody puts you in a situation where you're in a situation where you have to guess, and either option can be correct, right? So she didn't know, and that's it's fucked up, but it is what it is. It does happen. Like I said, it sounds eerily familiar to something that has happened to me personally. But she's sitting here talking about, should I unblock him? Yeah, you should fucking unblock him. Or are you too embarrassed for your sake that you're not willing enough to be a woman and apologize? Stupid. I think it's fucking dumb. I want to hear what this woman's response is, because her reaction towards hearing about him punching a wall, you know, like lashing out physically, shit that men do, seems to have gotten a more authentic response in the entire fucking story. So I want to hear her response.
Honey.
That's a nightmare.
Oh my God.
That's a nightmare situation. If 6 of your friends...
All right, so if she's not going to say anything, I'm going to just continue, because I don't want this to be too long. In this situation, the reason why I said that this shit is familiar to me is because this happened to me personally. It was a girl that I had met, and the first time I was even interacting with this girl was by chance. She was around a bunch of dudes who were supposedly her friend, and there was one dude who apparently took a liking to her, and he was trying to, you know, flirt with her in X, Y, and Z, and I could tell that the girl wasn't really digging him. You know, he was playing as a friend, but he was really trying to get in them panties. Let's be real. She ended up liking me, and throughout the relationship me and her had, you know, we had some rough patches and stuff like that, but she had friends that surrounded her at the time, and she had a lot of friends. She had friends in her inner circle that was good for her, who was, you know, reassuring her and shit like this. But once those friends kind of left, she was only surrounded by the same friends like in the beginning, who wanted to do horrible things, and they put it in her head, you know, you know, me and her ended up breaking up, and she ended up basically being fucking ramped towards the other fucking person because they did not like me, right? And so this is not something that is uncommon. This is just, you know, a situation where dudes find out or we finally find out really what it is. In this case, what I would say here personally, of course, unblock him. Crystal Lynn Wash says if she reaches out to her ex, it should no. She has to reach out to her ex. Women love that closer shit, right? That closure shit, right? She got to reach out to him. She got to at least fucking apologize, right? She says if she reaches out to her ex, it would only be to thoroughly apologize and say she found out what they did and she is so sorry that he got hurt by their actions and mine. I would tell him I don't expect his forgiveness or even any type of response from him, but I would just want him to have my apology and expect nothing back. I would say as a dude, if he ain't messing with nobody, you could at least slide him some head. Right, that's what the young kids say. And look, I know that that's kind of vulgar, but listen, if he ain't messing with somebody, and we already know the reason why you really messaging the dude is because you trying to get back in the dude's life, right? You supposedly loved him, right? That's probably your best step into getting back into this dude's life. But understand, you in the doghouse, girl, and you in the doghouse now. And I don't know how that's gonna work out or if that's positive. I don't know a lot of women that can deal with the fact that in an argument, when a guy says you're wrong, how well they would deal with that. But in this case, you're gonna have to sit there. You're gonna have to clam up, right? Nut up like men do. You're gonna have to clam up and accept that you were bigly wrong in the past. So you don't got a leg to piss on or a window. What is it? A pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of in terms of arguing in the future. Anyway, that's what I think on that. That's sad. It's fucking sad. Now Josh has unlimited trust. Listen, I'm just saying, if I was a woman, I'd be evil because there's so much manipulative shit you can do. Like the kids say, you better start letting that boy Josh dig in your guts, twin. You owe it to him at this point.